The package of cannabis reform legislation lawmakers are being asked to approve includes two bills. House Bill 1, which calls for a voter referendum in November's general election on a constitutional amendment allowing anyone 21 or older to use or possess cannabis starting July 1st, 2023. It also requires the enactment of House Bill 837, which spells out how cannabis legalization would work. The provisions of House Bill 837 include allowing an individual 21 or older to possess up to 1.5 ounces of cannabis. It sets up studies which will be used in setting standards for cannabis use, and it revises criminal and civil penalties for the use of cannabis. During House debate on HB 1, Allegheny County Delegate Jason Buckle asked for an amendment to allow local governments to opt out should the referendum pass.
We'll be able to know what the referendum passes by from Somerset County to Cecil County and all points in between. And if your voters in your county choose not to do this, they don't think it's the right thing for them, then your county government, in whatever form or fashion that may exist, can then affirmatively afterward enact a legislative act to say, hey, it's not legal here.
But the bill's sponsor, Judiciary Committee Chair Lou Clippinger, argued that would only further complicate things.
One of the bigger challenges here as we look at amendments to this particular bill is to make a change then to the Constitution later on. If, say, one of those counties changed their mind, it's going to require a constitutional amendment of some kind approved by the entire state. So that, I think, would make this a lot more confusing than it needs to be.
Others argued for an amendment to House Bill 837 that would bring the penalties for using cannabis in public in line with penalties for publicly consuming alcohol.
What fines do, which I know all of you agree to that it deters people from doing something they're not supposed to do. And I'm not telling people what to do in their own home, but when you're doing something outside your home, you have to respect the other people, that whether they agree with you or not.
Anne Arundel County Delegate Nick Kipke asked that specific regulations be added to the bill concerning the packaging of cannabis products.
And let me tell you why this is important. Throughout our country, there is a very sad and growing problem with children getting into their parents' edibles. And it's brought light to the problem of marijuana overdose.
But Kipke was told that's already been taken into consideration.
The current regulations on medical cannabis that we have on the law, the regulations, they go beyond and are stronger worded than the amendment that is presented here, which will be the baseline that the Cannabis Public Health Council will have to work from.
In the end, both bills survived without any additional amendments, sending the legislation on to the Senate. In Annapolis, Sue Copen for State Circle.
The amendment fails.